We shall see. Oops, let's see, I did that right. Okay. If I can make this deathless, I should be able to set a new world record at Parasite Eve. Because even though I died once on my last, well, in my first real-timed single segment, I still beat the Japanese record by 2 minutes, which was quite funny. Hooray for non-competitive games. Oh, actually, let me hide the encounter. Hahaha, nice, Robo. Yeah, this is a very unique game. I mean, it was released one year after Final Fantasy VII by Square, but it has, I mean, other than having RPG elements, it has pretty little to do in common with most other Square games. Well, I think my first Square game was Final Fantasy. Note the lack of numbers. And like my first Mega Man game was Mega Man. My first my first Dragon Warrior game was Dragon Warrior. My first Castlevania game was not Castlevania though. It was Simon's Quest. Sir Rain, would you be up for a Skype call by chance? All right, I'll call you during the FMV. Well, this is a lot. If you ask me, they improved their polygon effects a lot in between Final Fantasy VII and this game. Yeah, this came out in 1998.
Your mom was alive in 1998. Your mom baked cookies in 1998. What up?
My mom had a 1998 calendar in 1998.
My mom didn't.
Ooh, rebel without a cause.
Yeah, 1998. We were getting ready to move to the U.S. My mom and dad didn't tell us.
Oh.
So they were cutting back on stuff.
So when did they spring it on you then?
They didn't want to tell us during school because, you know, whatever, but they told us near the end so we could tell our friends. So I knew like a little bit beforehand. But the worst thing is that my school year ended like a month into like this school year's summer. So I had a half summer that year, which sucked.
Wow. Oh, yuck.
That's what you get from going from a Canadian school to a United States one. It's like, oh. And Florida has like one of the earliest starting ending cycles ever.
Is it last week in August?
Yeah, I guess. It's like really annoying.
It's the same way in Iowa and Wisconsin and in Minnesota is after Labor Day. Yeah, first world problems, half summons. So for anyone that doesn't know, I'm going to be playing this game and Illusion of Gaia for an online marathon next weekend. It's to raise money for Lindsay Lane King's medical expenses. Who's an artist that's done the banner artwork for the Speed.
TSG, us, and she's done some other stuff. She's really helpful. She's a really nice person.
Yep.
And we just thought it'd be something nice to try to do for her.
Yeah. So, and are you still in for Sweet Home then? Or?
No, I'm not in for anything because I don't know what I'm doing.
Okay.
I don't find out until tomorrow, which and then the schedule's so full, like I wouldn't be able to do anything. Like Rom says, oh, maybe we put you as a donation incentive with against someone else. Like, oh yeah, that'd be so great. Hey, you were playing in this game, but they decided they wanted to see Sweet Home. Have fun. What?
Yeah. So somebody want to toss a link to the schedule into the chat too, because Rom just posted that a few hours ago.
Yeah, I mean, it might change a slight bit, but I doubt it'll change much. Rom Scout's pretty good about doing that. Apparently, I don't know if you saw on the thread, but Heidemann might not be able to make it
Yeah, I
to
saw
HQ.
that too. It's a bummer. But you said it's looking more promising for you, though, right?
Well, I have, when I talked to sign my, the letter of offer or everything, like, they know. I said, literally in my first interview, they're like, is there any problems coming up? In January, there's something I want to go to. It's about a week long. I made mention of it, so they know. They know I'm gonna ask, but I just gotta know what time they're willing to give me. I don't think if they give me something, cool. If not, I'll be showing up for the weekend. Like I'll probably get off work Friday and then somehow get there.
Yeah. So I guess as for the so who else is it? Yeah, Karacard is gonna do the horrifying English version of Final Fantasy X too, and. I think Robo Sparkle is going to do do one of the Batman Arkham games.
Yeah, I think he's doing. I think he wants to do City. Yeah. Hi, Raincat. How you doing? But yeah, there's just some stuff. But that's something I have to figure out before the 16th of November. Because that's the cutoff for signups.
Mm-hmm.
But once I've signed up, I'll be able to pay it off very shortly, no problem. It's just I have to know how long I'm gonna be staying. I would ideally like to stay the whole time, but that's probably not gonna happen.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to miss part of the bonus stream this year because if I want to go to Poxnor's thing in March, I need to marshal my vacation days a little better than I did this year.
Mm. Well, that's not so bad. I mean, bonus stream days are just bonus stream.
Yeah. Well, it's for me. It's just more about the fun of
days for us.
Yeah, for me, it's more just about the fun of hanging out with everybody and doing some sightseeing and stuff like that.
Well, seeing as long as I have this job, I mean, if you ever get down to Georgia again on a weekend, I mean,
oh yeah.
I'll definitely have funds to show up. It won't be anything stupid like that again.
Yep. Yeah. Definitely planning to try to make it down to Florida again next time I go to Georgia. I have no idea when that'll be, but I'm sure it'll happen eventually. Yeah, Robo Sparkle. As of now, I'm signed up to play FF7 and 9 at the marathon and Kingdom Hearts 2 during the bonus.
I tell Abadu. So what happens if I do show up to FF Marathon? I just learned FF5. I was biting my lip, going, "That was my next project." It's literally people were wondering Abdu, how you doing versus the world record, and I'd show up in the chat and I'd literally plus this. It's this guy's the world record. Yeah, that's why he's saying what the world record is. And people are like, well, how are you comparing him? Like, he's not using the correct strats to compete, so. But
Yeah.
his run where he got really close to me, like 4 minutes behind my record, he must have had stupid luck. I didn't see
Yeah.
all of it. But for him to be using battle speed 2
Hmm.
and being only 4 minutes behind for at the end, yeah. His luck might have just been on the retarded side.
McZombie Killer, this is new game, not new game plus. I haven't done any practice on new game plus yet. So I do have a
New Game
file.
Plus is too easy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the main challenge is really just going to be, well, not really even challenge so much, is just trying to make it so that you can survive all of Eve's attacks enough to have auto heal kick in. Because even if you get revives, that wastes a ton of time because you have the revive animation and you lose your ATB. Robo
Revives are
Sparkle, I
good.
do want to, yeah, I want to learn, I want to try to learn some of those cutscene skips in FF7. Although, I mean, well, I mean, my main priority right now is FF9, and then when I start getting more, I do want to get the record at US version FF7 single segment, and yeah, I'll try to get the more significant cutscene skips down, like the Forgotten Capital one and the party split one at the end in Disc 3. Some of those are pretty precise, though.
I'm watching Breakdown on the side, to be honest, and he just forgot to split for about 10 seconds. It was great. But, like, so, I mean, I'm probably going to be really stupid one day, and I'm probably going to go for the FF4 Japanese record. Unfortunately, they only do glitchless, so
Oh,
that's
really?
gonna suck. They only do glitchless. Only. Which, in and of itself, actually isn't too bad. It just means that when you get to the D Machine Max Giant grinding, you don't life it. But you only need to do roses, so you're still doing the same amount of killing. Same amount of killing, technically, just a little tiny bit easier, baby. And then FF, like, I don't know about FF5, but we'll see about that one
Yeah.
later.
Well,
I'm
it does
afraid
sound
of.
like there's some interest brewing with FF5 because Agora said that she's interested in doing that after she gets her new 10-2 run that can pass. Well, that passes Nate's scrutiny.
FF5 is in my interest of learning soon, but I don't think I'd be trying it until after SD3.
Yeah.
And I'm not starting SD3 until I'm done moving. For the reason is I don't want to have something happen with my computer and lose segments.
Oh,
I have
right.
everything backed up as it is right now, but I don't want to move and then find out something's wrong with my
Yeah.
computer because
Yeah,
it's been.
Robo. This is basically a survival horror RPG, pretty much. I mean, it does definitely has a lot. I mean, like a lot of the camera angles and other stuff like that is kind of looks like it's straight out of Resident Evil. What? I was targeting her right. Yeah.
That club hit, man. It was trying hard.
Yeah. Well, Wes was seeing if you can use range ups on the club, which would give you a psychic club, but unfortunately you can't.
That would have been the best feature ever.
Yeah. Froggies.
Unfortunately, Karg's computer.
Yeah, I
apparently
saw you posted on Facebook that his computer is deceased.
it ceases to be. I was like, if you want, spot me gas money and I'll help you out. I'll try and fix it. But, I mean, that's up to him, and I can't guarantee shit, because I'm pretty sure he's fairly capable of fixing his own computer.
anyone confused about what game this is that still sees Final Fantasy IX in the subject, just refresh the stream.
No, don't. Just keep having delusions. It's great.
No offense plus twos. If at least one of those is an offense plus two, then that means I can one-shot birds in day 2 once I get a level up.
With crits.
Yep.
Which won't ever happen now. Or they'll trill you and give you every crit possible. That would be hilarious, since last time you got, like, no crits. It'd be like, yeah, here's all the crits, Buxel.
Well, I got crits, only, but after I'd already gotten first shots was the thing.
Not really, because there is, like, no puzzle. There's, like, barely any puzzles in Parasite Eve. Whereas Resident Evil is mostly puzzles. Something I'm gonna try doing soon, just because I can, is making, like, a kind of like a side-scrolling RE with multiple layers.
Oh.
Like,
that's what your degree. That's what your degree is in, right? Is game programming.
No, it's in computer engineering, but fuck, might as well just be in whatever the hell I want it to be.
Like
I know how to work. I know how to work a computer, learn any programming language, and mess with hardware and software.
Like what industry is your job in?
I'm going to be a junior Java developer for basically kind of a contract company at the moment.
Oh, okay. So you're not into like a fixed industry then. You're just kind of a
Nope.
freelance programmer.
Yeah, pretty much. All I know is Java, but what I'd be doing it in would probably be C# or something. So I port it like everywhere, and then. But that's like my idea, is just do that, mostly because I think it'd be interesting to try and develop that. And that way, if I could remake RE1 in that fashion, I was gonna try and make my own horror game using that same engine. Because once you have the engine, it's a little easier. You don't have to worry about the design or function. Then you can try and make sure it's, faithful. That's my plan. I already have like an idea on how I probably do it all too. Because it all just basically revolves around making a whole bunch of interactive line maps. I mean, it'd just be really weird to orient them as you need, but you could. It'd probably also have a little bit of a Tombow feel maybe to it. Because of having to make...
Alright. Bob was pretty good to me.
Yeah,
I have kind of a hard time predicting when it's going to go exactly, because sometimes it just seems like it just spends some time sitting there.
I like how this reporter gets punched out in the... I just like it. It's like the guy's recording probably like on camera.
Just say no to paparazzi.
Why? Oko. You don't need none of that crap.
Yeah, I've technically got the world records at Parasite Eve for both single segment and segmented, but that's called hooray for non-competitive games.
Hey, sounds like me in Sweet Home. But mine's more non-competitive because it's bullshit luck.
Hmm.
past like I'm at the threshold of like bullshit luck. I literally am. Like I could like if you if I really really wanted to, I could man up and learn to imitate the tasks.
Yeah, I think I just need to reboot my computer because I'm guessing the backup timers or something is desynced from my computer clock. I mean, I would just guess that this question mark thing is going to go away after I reboot my computer. Yeah, I mean you can't skip cutscenes in this game, but since I'm flying through the dialogue so fast, good luck really understanding any of the storyline without just from watching the movies and stuff. Because hey, I mean if you're used to Final Fantasy games and most of Square's other fare, hey, we've got New York City here. This is probably the Parasite Eve franchise. I want to say is their only games that are set in the real world.
Yeah, and they're weird. I still need to finish too.
Hmm.
I've beaten one. I've beaten the third birthday. I've beaten the third birthday like 3 times.
Oh.
Unfortunately, like I don't know if you know about the shower scene in that one.
Yes, I beat it too around when it came out.
Well, in like third birthday, made a shower scene that apparently you can change the camera angle on if you beat the game like so many times. Yeah, that's apparently a thing.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that's totally a thing apparently. Hi, Raincat. Yes, that's your claws in my chest.
I'm noticing here that the contrast on my TV is considerably lower than on the emulator. I was practicing some of this before earlier because like my method for figuring out how close to stand to Eve 1 based on her shadow, which I could not see for the life of me this time.
Mm. I wing it.
Yeah. Oh, that's what. Yeah. I mean, it's not like it's a hard fight, and it's not like I'm going to be trying for world records in this marathon run because I'm saving. But
Hmm. I mean, I could if people really wanted to see Sweet Home, I could probably just jack this ROM stream on Tuesday or something. I don't know. But as it stands, like
I'm sure he'd be amicable to that if you're able to. But
I mean, I don't. There's no way. Like as it stands, there's almost no way for me to even say what I'll be doing next weekend, other than in the realms of trying to find a place to stay
oh,
or
it's
setting it
still
up.
an unknown.
Yeah. The hilarity of breakdown statement is lost on his own self. I state this because Breakdown, of course, playing Meat Boy, is joking about how hard it was in the old day. About and his last thing was, my dad would put us under a missile launcher at night and shoot us to death every day. And then he got hit by a missile as he finished the statement.
Robo, my splits are the world record actually, because that's basically my first timed single segment run that wasn't a disaster, and I checked afterwards and it was 2 minutes faster than the Japanese RTA record. So, like I said, hooray for non-competition. I think. Yeah, because I mean, my segmented record is 2:25:17 game time, and I think the run that my splits are on was just a tad under 3 hours. mean, there's no way I'm gonna really be able to get that close to my segmented record, single segment, because of how much RNG there is in this game. But I don't know. I'm thinking like sub like 240, 245 would be a really good single segment. Thank you, whoever kicked that troll.
I gotta flex my banhammer sometimes.
And it's an Invisihammer too, just because Twitch chat is doing its thing, and I don't see you at all in my user list, much less in the mod list.
That's how I prefer to stay, sir.
Yes, silent but deadly.
Mm-hmm. No, just I'm sorry. There's a stipulation on me showing up. Like the funniest thing is Crimmy Doodle. You know the guy who does RKS and Megamari.
Yeah.
So we had a joke one day for some reason. Every time I joined his stream, he lost his run. he kept losing it.
So it's like, reverse Ultra J-Man luck then, or?
Yeah, so something like that. So I'm like, okay, well, so the joke was, so what happens if I just press F5? Does that mean you lose your run? And so what I did is I pressed F5. He lost his run. So I then told him, all right, experiment complete. If you want to lose your run, just let me know. I'll mash F5. And then later on, I had accidentally touched F5 and he lost his run. I'm like, sorry to report. Apparently just touching the key makes you lose your run. Sorry. Signed, Lorraine. So he was in a run and he wasn't even on close to his pace. And I show up in his chat and he goes, oh shit, Rain's in the area, and just drops his run. I'm like, I am so glad that me showing up just ends the world. That's literally how it should be, apparently.
Oh, man. Oh, is that Luna as in Crystal Beauty, or different Luna?
Probably Crystal Beauty. I like how I jokingly say Karakard should play FF4, and Crystal then says that no matter what, that Karakard, if he played FF4, would steal my record, and I'm like, no, there's no way. Like I have respect for Karakard, but anyone who says that they can take my FF4 record does not know it, so they can go to hell. I mean, Humble's trying every day. I like every day.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, like, how much encounter luck would getting the
a lot of
getting
it.
the Calcabrena and cane jump.
Okay. The funny thing is I only lost about 30 seconds to me failing Calcabrena and the cane jump. So that's because like I failed Calcabrena right away. If it was near the end of the fight, like when I screwed that up, it'd be way worse for me. But because I did a execution error and caused it early, I didn't lose a lot of time in having to kill her. So I killed her really quickly. And then the cane jump was another thing, but so I lost about 30 seconds, maybe 40 on that. Overall, if you were to take my my personal bests, like all of my best segment times as it is, you can save 5 minutes.
Yeah. Well, you need to play FF4 even if you don't speedrun it. It's in my top. It's in like my top 3 or 4 Final Fantasy games.
I don't want you to speedrun it necessarily. I just want you to play the game because it's a good FF4.
Yeah. I mean, whenever I get around to it, I think at this point I'm going to go for the PSP version as far as speedrunning, just for something different.
Well, if I go, PSP will be the fastest glitchless anyway.
Yeah, because of auto battle.
Auto battle OP.
Because it sounds like you would basically just do the sealed cave with stop and or hourglasses.
Yeah, pretty much.
And what would you do for Demon's Wall?
Slow him 3 times.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's right. Yeah, because in the PSP version you can stack slows.
No, in all versions you can stack slows up to 3 times.
Oh, is it literally exactly? Because it always seemed to me like speed mattered more in the PSP version than the Super.
Well, it kind of does. It's just the way that it is. But it's just the thing is just you gotta know.
Yeah,
what you're
but yeah,
doing.
Robo. Note how the characters are actually look more like humans instead of like with Popeye arms and no mouths and stuff like that. I mean, this was less than a year, I think, after FF7 came out, and there was a lot of improvements to the graphics. Not the graphics are everything in a game, obviously, but they are something.
It's just one of those things. It's just to say that you can take a world record without looking at it is rather insulting to the person who actually spent time getting it. It's like, I know Obda had, like, anyone who has my strats has a decent chance, but I mean, the amount of time I've spent in the game, like, you are more likely to get trolled than I am when it comes to FF4. Only places I'm probably gonna get trolled at are my favorite water hag, and
Like
then everywhere else
getting
in
the
the game.
D-Machine fight, or
D-Machine fight's probably the biggest part of the run. If you can stick that early and quick, then you have a chance. Otherwise, you have no chance. Because that fight can take up to 10 minutes to get. I got it in a minute. Obda got it on his way. He didn't even have to try for it. That's why he was so close to my run, is he literally saved a minute on my run. But because he was on a lower battle speed, the whole battle took the amount of time it saved him. So he literally gained nothing out of it. And, like, I mean, doing that fight on battle speed 1 is not exactly fun. Doing anything in that game on battle speed.
selecting is queuing the lives in time a lot harder in battle speed 1, or just
No,
staying
it's just
alive?
it's just knowing the correct, like, there's a rhythm to it. You screw up the rhythm, and and people will start shifting their orders.
Well, I know that. I know in your record run, like your turn order got messed up at one point.
Yeah, Cecil was being a troll. Cecil trolled me. He literally kept rotating because I was not rhythmic enough with my battle speed 1 practice. So that's another thing. It's like to literally say that, oh, I can do that. I feel like punching anyone who says that in the mouth. No offense to you, but it's not as simple as it looks.
Didn't you say you wanted to pick up FF6 at some point too?
Yeah, I want to get the SNES gauntlet going down.
Yeah.
I mean, there's probably no way I would challenge Essentia just because she's got a lot more time with the game, and that's huge when it comes to the small things. Because there's one thing about FF4, people don't know how to react to shit going bad. Like Obda, he's pretty good. He knows all of the pro strats, which is good, but he can't. I don't know if he knows how to react to everything going wrong. And I think he'll learn that by playing the game more, but it's not that simple.
Yeah.
I mean, I could say FF10's pretty simple, but I'm pretty sure Karakhan would agree and disagree with me at times. There's a difference to knowing how to play FF10, to play it for speed, and then actually executing it.
What? I guess I did not forget I grabbed the red snakes. Well, yeah, because I mean, just getting started with FF10 looks kind of easier than ATB-based games, just because it's turn-based, so you can take as much time as you need to queue your actions. You obviously want to do it as fast as you can to get your runtime down, but You're not gonna
But
die
like,
if you're too slow.
I don't know, like the little things, like I saw you with Chocobo Eater where you were like messing with a slight change on trying to figure out, you know, hey, you know, this versus this on Chocobo Eater. That was kind of a thing.
I keep forgetting I don't need to bother saving at the entrance because I'm gonna save here for the chess minute.
Looks like Breakdown's not gonna get his before TSSB record break to piss them off.
Like usual.
Yeah. Well, honestly, the best spot to grind in this game is just the museum outside of the Chrysler building.
Well, I mean, if
but-
you need to grind like to beat the worms, though, then yeah, I'd do it like around here or so.
But like,
I mean, you don't need to grind at all in order to learn all of the PE abilities, though. Is the thing, because you can't. I mean, that's why I'm fighting. Even though there is a run option in this game, it's useless basically because if you're able to run away from a battle, you basically just get warped back to where you entered the room, and then the battle trigger gets reset. So it's there's 0 point to running away.
See, I'm not caring about FF9 because there's really good people on it like Wexel, Spike, Vegeta, and Karakard. But also just like, I'm sorry, I have more fun with the card game than I do with
Yeah,
FF9. Dude, I'm sorry, I would rather... If there was a run for 100% card completion, I would be in the running for that. Run to perfect everybody in the game, yeah, I'd do it. Because that's kind of how I play the game casually anyways, I perfect everybody.
Ah, Fritz, where are you? Yeah, right there. If I'd have gotten an offense +2 instead of a 1 in this series, I would have killed that bird.
Hey Puexel, did you hear?
Hear what?
Of the word of an never mind.
Did I hear that the bird is in fact the word?
Yes. FF4 is really easy to die from mistakes, like not using a cabin on the moon.
And getting killed by a killer hairdryer.
Rain cat, claws in the chest, really don't help. But I'm kind of glad, I guess, I lost that run because the run that I got my world record on, I was doing a lot better in.
If the HD version of Final Fantasy X is the international version content, I'll probably get it. Even more likely if you can import save files from the original game.
I really doubt that'd be possible.
I'd kind of too, but you never know.
Well, considering how PlayStation 3 memory card bonuses and stuff work, I doubt it will be possible. I will only get the FFX HD collection if it somehow ends up in my grasp. I don't think I'll get it. But knowing my track record with games, it probably will be. Aw, Rain Cat sleeping on my chest.
I don't know. FF10 HD is kind of starting to seem like vaporware, though, given that it's been a very long time since they announced it, and all it is just a 720p port in Final Fantasy X. I mean, why is it taking so long for them to do it if they're still planning on it?
I think they're doing HD remakes of the laughing scene. And the people working on it keep dying every time. I think, like, honestly, that's what I believe the case is people are.
Yeah, these are pretty freaky cutscenes if you haven't seen them before. The story is pretty freaky too, just because it's dealing with just kind of it's basically dealing with a somewhat of kind of an occult biology theory about the human body, basically.
Damn mitochondrians.
The mitochondria are responsible for Star Wars Episode 1.
The midichlorians, they're off the scale, man.
George Lucas's mitochondria took over his body and made him come up with that goofy explanation for how the Force works.
And then he made a zombie dog. Burst people into fire. Changed Central Park into a liquid mass of nothing.
Alright, Super Tool, right?
You get it, you are the 1%, sir.
Yeah. Yeah, that chest there, I mean, one thing about this game that makes it interesting to single segment is that some of the chests have randomized contents. I mean, there's only like 2 that really matter in my route. One of them has the most broken gun in the game for a new game, at least, so, and that's about halfway in. So if I was going for a real single segment record, I'd have to be willing to reset if I don't get that gun. Okay, this fight just destroyed me last time, so let's see if the birds are any less of jerks than before. Oh wow.
Oh, that bird's
Get back
all
here.
over you.
Get what's coming to you, dumb bird.
Wow, that bird, he's going the extra mile.
Yeah.
It's making you choose hitting him or your life.
Okay, that was probably at least like 20 seconds faster than my last run. Yeah,
Honestly,
Tricillian, birds are jerks, I just say is the rule of thumb for video games, period. I mean, dating all the way
Birds
back
and bats are your number 1 and 2
dating all the way back
enemies
to
in
like
all
the
games.
Eagles and Ninja Gaiden.
Birds and bats, man.
Oops. What? Oh, both of those went to the bear. Okay, this fight officially sucks now. Junk items you can basically cash in for the best weapons in the game, but you have to get 300 of them to do that, so that's not happening.
And you get like a 1 chance, and saying the wrong thing is a stupid idea.
Yeah. I mean, in my 100% normal playthrough of the game, I know I got the rifle that you can get from junk, but If I had it to do over again, I'd get the machine gun in a heartbeat.
Like, isn't there like a choice that like he picks it for you, or you pick it, and you never want to take? He
Yeah, you
picks
never want, because I know there's a chance if you let him pick it, he might give you super junk instead, which is completely useless. This is going a lot. Day 2 is going a lot better, but I haven't gotten to the worms yet. They could probably hear me saying that too, so I just jinxed myself. No, there aren't any. I mean, there's optional stuff that I don't do, but there aren't any actual skips. Well, actually, I take that back. There is one like section of the final dungeon that I sort of skip. I mean, just because the game doesn't make you do it, even though the storyline expects you to. Otherwise, this is more of just a kind of a planning and execution speedrun.
I'm trying to think of what part you're talking
It's
of.
the west wing of the museum.
Oh yeah. Is that where all like the info blocks are that you can?
Looks like it's kind of serious time now. Load. Ah. And of course, oh wait, I've got my revive.
Yeah, looks like Breakdown isn't gonna set a new PB today. Glitch Girl was not kind to him.
I didn't get this good.
That's really gonna suck.
Oh well, at least I still single cycled the last one. And I didn't die, too, even though I used my revive. Now it's time for a little experiment in social Darwinism. Or more like literal Darwinism.
If there's a carriage with a crazy lady who's floating above it,
and she asks you to get in, you do it.
He asked you if you were God. You reply,
yeah, the worms
yes.
are pretty much I'd say the worms are pretty much the most difficult boss in the game, just because of how low your HP is and how much.
I don't know. I've never had trouble with the worms, but then again, my trouble's all with the Cerberus. So.
Oh yeah.
As I said, I mean, I had a really bad day with those worms, so I learned to dodge the worms. So maybe that's my case. I just know how to dodge them that well. Yeah, wow, this is painful waiting for this glitch girl.
The hitbox for that laser stays around a lot longer than you think it should. Like even when the smoke is still dissipating, it can still hit you. Yeah, the danger in this fight is her using that claw attack. I mean, you can manipulate her a little bit just by staying away from her, which makes her a lot less likely to use that claw. Because that claw has a really wide damage range. I mean, when I was doing my segmented run, I was trying to be a show-off, and I was not only going for a fast worms fight, but also a no damage one. And then after the first time I got that, I then died here because you should normally take. You should normally, I think, get 3 attacks in, so I was basically letting her claw me twice, because then I can save a few seconds not having to wait for her to float back down to the ground. And then lost my train of thought there. Oh, then she killed me on the second one because it did like almost 100 damage instead of like 40 or so like it usually does.
She's kind of not a joke.
Nope.
All Eve fights are not a joke, despite what I would tell you.
Yeah, I mean, Eve 3 overall, I'd say, well, Eve 1 is the easiest, but Eve 3, I'd say, is the second once you know how to dodge the lasers. Because, I mean, they're always in one of the corners of the carriage. So if you just stand in the middle and then run to the opposite corner of where the laser is forming, it'll never hit you. One big thing I'd want to do before trying to get it like a submittable single segment run of this game is change up my my weapon modding route a little bit for mostly for day 4, so that I'm not quite as subject to the whims and wiles of the machine gun targeting RNG. So this should be a pretty nice split here.
Well, you didn't die, so that's
Yeah.
probably.
Yep. I mean, my current record is going to be very easy to beat, just because. I mean, execution aside, I got really bad luck with random encounters, because the way there are random encounters in this game in that if you go back into a room that you've already fought the force battle in, you have a chance of having to refight it. And I had really bad luck with that in my record run.
Excuse me, sir. I am now playing drums on Raincat.
Yeah, it looks like Heidman jumped the gun big time and saying he couldn't come. I guess it's now up in the air again.
I like how like everyone else is really hardcore practicing their game, but even if I make it to AGDQ and I play Binding of Isaac again, I'm probably gonna be playing that game so cold, and no one's gonna be like, I'm literally just be like, hey guys, when's Meat Boy? All right, before Meat Boy starts, who's going to the bar with me? Because I need to get trashed. I don't know if you've seen it, but MTI has confirmed range strats for Binding of Isaac work. For those of you who don't know what range strats for Binding of Isaac is, it's drink alcohol, question mark, win game. We're still trying to figure out question mark, but step one is definitely a key part of it. Gotta love that trash can fire.
Yeah, trash can fire indoors too. Yeah, none of the characters in this game really seem to be aware that they're in New York City on Christmas Eve, given that they're like never wearing coats outside or anything. I've never been to New York City, but I do understand that it gets quite cold in the winter. This game has a really good soundtrack too, if you ask me. Like, there's a lot of just kind of ominous piano themes, and like I like the theme for the first half of Central Park before the freaky slime ball cutscene. I think it just kind of really sets the just really kind of unsettling mood of the whole game. The things seem like they're normal, but you just know there's something not right beneath the scenes.
Green Cat, stop trying to play with the headset cord.
Alright, saved about 2.5 minutes. Yeah, I'm definitely going to need to do some grinding on IOG over the next week too, because did a little bit of practice last night, and I beat the vampires 3 times in a row, but then I died in the fun room 3 times in a row. In order to leave this place, you have to go into both the 7-Eleven and the gun shop, so I just go in and out of the pharmacy.
There's nothing really great in there.
Yeah, I mean, there's a revive in there, and I think a couple pieces of medicine, but I mean, I think pretty much all that I'm really worried about dying to past the worms is the Triceratops.
Man, breakdown is long-winded.
He still hasn't gotten Glitch Girl yet, or
No. He's doing the rant off before he passes it over to TSSB.
oh, okay.
And wow, he can certainly go. Uh,
I should be using analogs for this part.
I am still 100% sure I will never, ever be on a TSSB.
Yeah, same here.
What are you talking about? You were totally on there.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure I'll never be on TSSB again.
I'm just joshing you, I know.
Okay, let's see.
Of course, no one ever is going to really believe them, I don't think. I don't, like, dude, like, of all the games I run, they will never put any of them on TSSB because they're RPGs. Because I don't think RPGs can be interesting.
Yeah. I'm glad TSSB exists and I watch it fairly often, but I just wish the hosts didn't let their personal tastes in games influence what they have on the show so much.
I think Flicky's the big problem in my mind.
Well, what is Flicky even like, though, is what I've never quite
Nothing.
figured out. I mean, the only game I know of that he plays is Bayonetta, or Bayonetta, as he says it.
Bayonetta, he also does DMC, he's just... Like, I understand Zelda games getting their day in the light. They kind of deserve it. They're a huge thing, but it's like... It's kind of retarded that you'll never ever see an RPG on there.
Yeah.
Like, the other thing I hate about the show is they try and, like... It seems like they try to talk about games, but when it hits a game they don't know, they just drag on about it.
Mm-hmm. I guess the other thing I do is, when they do the world records, they sure make it obvious that they don't like RPGs there too, because when there's a new Final Fantasy record, they just give the time and then make fun of how long the cutscenes are and stuff like that without really asking anybody that knows the run to explain what happened or anything.
No, it's like PJ will give him... Like, I respect PJ. He'll give it a time of day.
Mm-hmm.
Like, PJ will give it the amount of time it needs, and he won't joke too much about it. But PJ also runs Seven Saga, so...
Yeah, and Robo-Track.
Exactly. I mean, coming with material for TSSB is not exactly hard. But, like... I know... I'm never going to clamor for... Like, the one thing that's going to piss me off is one day I'm going to get really good at Breath of Fire Dragon Quarter. I'm going to tell TSSB about it, and they're going to skim right over that game.
Yeah.
And there's literally going to be rage from me.
Okay, I think... Yeah... I was late on my Wayne Taurus split, I think. But we'll see.
I don't know where you're supposed to split that.
I think for some of these I've just kind of fell into doing it after the cutscene. So I guess after I leave the room, after doing my equipment modding there.
That's where I told you to do it last time because you didn't hit it.
Yeah. Well, assuming I don't actually die for real, I'll tell them about my new record on this game for lols, but yeah, because if you just tell them you got a Final Fantasy X-2 no catnip record, they'll probably just make like Week of Garfield jokes or something like that about catnip.
I mean, like they try to be like a record show, and it's great in that manner. But like, if you're gonna try and do that, you can't have like be complete jerks about everything that comes through. That isn't, you know.
But enough negativity. Let's. So how about this cutscene?
How about this Japanese guy about to give you a thingy?
Yes. How about this completely non-stereotypical evil German scientist? Hans Klomp.
Who totally doesn't have the hots for a monster. Ugh. No, there's always. I'm sorry. There's always a record for OOT. Someone's breaking it every day. You have world records in OOT for a matter of hours, I'm pretty sure. Alright, Raincat, I'm done with you. Later.
Your purpose
You're being a jerk now.
Raincat is grounded.
More or less, like after a while, Raincat starts doing dumb shit on my lap and starts hurting. That's when I say he's being a jerk and kick him off.
What's Black Mesa? Is that an OOT category? I mean, I've never played the game, so I know. All I know is that it's a typical N64 platformer, which means super glitchy, which is where all these like ridiculous skips and stuff come from. Oh, okay, Half-Life. I know what Half-Life is. Never played that either, but I know there's some speedrun record action going on in Half-Life these days.
Yeah. Just seriously, Clomp can go to hell. Yes, I'm going to make sperm without this thing, so the mitochondria can accept it. Right.
So this would be where I actually start using the analog for battles, given that since I can't target, there's no real point in using D-pad. I guess unless I'm planning on going into the menu. Daddy TV.
You know, I'm rather sad, sir. I smacked you with the IOG gauntlet, and you never responded.
I said ow.
Yeah, you didn't respond, though. Like, you didn't respond in kind. You didn't accept the challenge. Therefore, that nothing's happening except for you said "ow."
Well, I meant it. If that counts.
I don't know. My favorite thing ever is actually hitting people with an actual metal gauntlet for that gag. It's like whack. Yeah, I accept your challenge.
So yeah, for anyone that hasn't played this game, that was actually a really lucky fight back there because the machine gun I'm using right now, the targets are chosen randomly, so I might waste some of my shots basically if they're chosen to target something that's already dead when the shot goes off.
Here it is, Kingdom Hearts 358 by 2 days run, and they've rattled on about it for like 3 minutes, and I don't think they've said anything serious about the run.
Oh, is that Berserks or somebody else?
Yeah, Berserks. And it's like they just took like a long time to say nothing.
Mm. Well, more people need to do like what Spike Vegeta does, where when he like submits records, he actually writes a blurb for them to read out about it.
Well, I didn't write out a blurb for FF4 because I wasn't gonna bother submitting it to TSSB, but since PJ watched it, it got added in.
Hey, Digital Phoenix.
I really did not want to hear their opinions on it, but PJ gave it a good honor. Flicky tried to smack it off, and PJ kind of gave him a little hit to the back of the head kind of thing.
Alright. So I have to basically go rescue all the cops. And it doesn't matter what order I do it in, but I always go for, I forget what his name is, the upstairs guy first, just so I can safety save there.
I like how Mecha Richter is trying to emulate the tasks of Gremlins 2 now.
Yeah, with doing like, doing diagonal frame perfect stuff. Jumps.
Yeah, he's even cutting back his buying and stuff like that.
Random bell. Don't think I had to fight this one in my record. Got to switch the analog off. The Spooktacular is next weekend. I'm gonna be playing this on Sunday, and then Illusion of Gaia on Saturday. If somebody wants to toss a link into the chat, that'd be welcomed. That was fast.
I had to paste it in breakdowns.
I'm using all of these armor upgrades that I've been holding on to for a while. This is the armor I'm using for the whole rest of the game, basically.
I like how they're not putting it to page 2 so we can't see the other records.
Come on, game, load. Really? Okay, there we go. What the heck is that? Pausing just in case I had to reset and load for my safety save or something. The discs I'm using aren't in the greatest shape. I should probably switch to my better condition copy. I was too slow. I get slow. It's punishment. Alright, anybody watching that likes dogs might want to close your eyes for about the next minute. If Raincat's watching, you might want to watch attentively.
Brain Cat's in the other room.
Yeah, the armor I have will automatically use the most powerful healing item that I have in my inventory if I go below 25% HP. The problem though is that if you're at like 26 or higher and then you get hit hard enough, you'll just die right away. It won't save you.
And before HD remake of Parasite Eve, and no one can watch it because it's too gruesome.
That. Stop doing that.
Oh, he keeps AoEing.
I mean, that is a gravity attack, so it's percentage damage, but if I don't heal, it's then I'll just die if it hits me with a laser or a bite. Start to go down, it gets a lot easier. Okay.
It's like you're losing time.
Yeah, I had some bad fights coming up here. Hey, Agora.
Also seems like that fight was trolling you a bit.
Yeah,
so.
well, yeah, that fight was the Shiva fight was pretty bad too, with all of those shockwaves. I don't think I don't think I got shockwaved at all in my record run.
Sure, I think he shockwaved once.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, not enough to actually make it matter, like make me have to heal. So I lost a minute 10. Couple seconds to that weird long load too before going upstairs. Oops, I always keep forgetting that it's not really that obvious when I have control again. Thunder keys. Digital Phoenix, I'll probably do a New Game Plus True Ending run at some point, because Carcinogen gave me a save file that has a lot of grinding done into it for just building a maxed out weapon and really good armor, so I'd need to probably grind the armor a bit more to get it to where I can survive True Eve's attacks and have auto heal kick in, but I'd like to do a true ending run at some point, just because once the grinding's done, it's going to be a fairly quick run to crank out. Yeah, I think lag.com is doing Quake at the for the Halloween Spectacular, which starts next weekend. I forget what the exact start time is, but the schedule link that Rain just put in about 10 minutes ago has all the goods. That's in U.S. Eastern Time, which is GMT -4. Meta's run animation is just so good.
I'm taking up more inventory space because I can.
Hey, Rarthier. Going down. Elevator go down, 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 down.
Elevator go down the hole.
I didn't die to the worms, which is where I died last time I did this run.
Yep.
This is my favorite dungeon in the game, just because I really dig the creepy atmosphere, lighting, and camera angles.
I'm sorry, there's nothing creepier than an empty hospital. In my mind, anyway. I'm sorry, if I was in a hospital and it was empty, I would be the most freaked out person in the world.
Yeah, the spider brain. Yeah, that's just dumb. I mean, how are you really supposed to figure out what to do with the jet crash? The dog's killing. Yeah, this is where the run just starts to get a lot easier, just because as I gain levels now, my HP is just going up at a much higher rate. It's a lot harder to die now. Since I'm in a hospital, I'm getting more medicine drops than I even have use for.
I really need to finish Karnov so I can bug Jay about getting Excalibur done.
Wait, no, I don't. And I have to refight this because of bad luck. I think I got this refight last time too. So like I was saying earlier, every time I fight a normal battle, I have a if I revisit a room after clearing it, I have a random chance of having to refight the battle. Like in my segmented run, I just reset if that happened. So I only fight one random battle in my segmented run because I have to in order to learn PE Liberate before the final boss. Boss here is the giant spider.
No one ever remembers day 4's boss. It's not exactly hard.
Right. Saving here, not because I'm worried about dying, but because the most powerful gun, the most broken weapon in a new game speedrun is in the next room, but I only have a 50% chance of getting it. My track record's been pretty good so far at getting it first.
But I'm in the call, so.
Yeah, I think you disappeared or fell asleep or whatever happened last time by this point.
No, it was right after because I congratulated you last time. Last time I've been having. I don't know. I don't stay awake for too long these days. I usually end up having 2 or 3 naps a day. So I'm usually just, it's weird.
And I got it.
Yay!
Yeah, that chest had a random, like, I figure it's a roughly 50% chance of having a weaker machine gun instead of the Micro Uzi instead. Micro Uzi is, I mean, you don't really see what it can do until I get to day 5, but it's got 4 ability slots, none of which I have to give, like, baseball cards to Wayne to unlock, so I can just stack the best abilities in the game that I can get on the new game route together.
Yeah, single target fights with random weapons are a bit unrandom.
Yep. Those, I mean, they're better just because I get an extra, I get 50% more shots without a damage reduction. And like the TAS uses super tools in order to get those extra shots for the day 5 bosses, and then it mods back to the normal setup before fighting Eve 4.
Gaining time because you're not shocking yourself today.
I'll shock myself at the marathon just for lulz, but I want to see how much I can improve my PB. Oh, fuse box repair split. I think that's the one that I was late on last time.
Well, Caleb apparently just still beasting Mega Man X,
Yeah,
of
I saw
course.
I know I saw well, I saw he was getting new PBs on his W split at Mega Man X 100%, but I got the impression that his splits weren't based on his like run on the site. Alright, that flashback counted as reloading this room, so I could have to refight those amoebas when I'm leaving, unfortunately. And I think because I mean, my random encounter luck was just atrocious on my PB, so it doesn't really take much more as far as luck in order to improve it. Oh, okay, nice. Am I gonna get a twofer? I am. Nice. How about a threefer? Yep. I forget if you actually can have refights with the amoebas in the lobby though. One of my favorite moments from speedrunning this game was on one of my segment attempts on that giant amoeba right there. The audio glitched out, and every time I shot it, I got that squeaking wheel sound effect instead of the normal bullet impact sound.
Chaos. Quexel is still doing FF7, just not majorly right now. I'm sure he's putting off 7 a little bit more until after January.
Yeah.
Might see some FF7 here and there to relax, but I don't think you'll see anything like committed out of him for a bit.
Yeah, I mean, my focus is FF9 for AGDQ right now.
Yeah. I don't have a focus, that's just kind of my problem. Once I move, my two things are Karnov and SD3. And I believe Funk Doc is going to be eating me up when I'm streaming Karnov. I just have that feeling.
Yeah, that fight went better than before as far as how many of those little bouncing bomb ball thingies got to spawn. mean, I do offset the RNG a little bit, but with those mixed men by basically shooting until I hit it at least once with the machine gun, and then using PE energy shot to finish it. Because a full PE bar will, once they've been shot once, will finish them.
Anyway, it's just like, I just know that all the things I play, I'm...
just gonna go for this and save my PE for the next battle. I mean, this is why I had so many resets on this segment over just stuff like that, where I was gonna kill these guys. Just taking forever.
I love how you got 2 crits on it and it didn't kill it that last time.
Alright, last battle with those annoying corpse cadaver men. Kill that one before it can spawn again. Missed me with it, but we got the last laugh.
The explosion, so OP.
And like any sensible hospital, the patient history archive files are in the same room as the sperm bank.
Hey, they just want to be accurate on when you spanked it and banked it, okay? There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I didn't realize until I started doing single segment with this that there's actually kind of a significant difference between the game clock and real time. It was like my game clock right there was 127 and I'm at 143 real time.
I mean, FF4 is 20 minutes, it doesn't count. So I love, like, Opta Jr. is like, yeah, I'm going for a 340. And the thing, I'm like, I have to respond. So you're going to beat my world record at the marathon. Good luck. And he's like, no, I'm sorry. I meant
hey,
cloud.
maybe he's gonna do PlayStation Battle Speed 1-0 miss all the way.
Anyone who does that live at a marathon first shot, I will donate I will donate my bank account at that point. Whatever it is. I could have just won the lottery and had like 10 million in that bank account. That marathon would get all of that 10 million.
This was kind of a train wreck.
Just because I am pretty sure there is no marathon that will have grinded enough for that to be possible.
First stage done.
The other thing is there isn't a build up to this boss, so no one remembers it as of being a boss.
Yeah. Just kind of, hey, I'm on the roof. Hey, there's a giant spider on the roof too.
It looks like it has a giant brain. Maybe I should shoot that. I love how when you can eventually uh, put on multiple actions onto your gun, and it's still technically better generally for you not to do it.
We're done.
Wow, I'm only like 20 seconds behind.
Yeah, I might want to pause and resume to resync it a bit.
I just hit pause play real quick.
Yeah.
Alright, there's Eve. She's floating.
And singing while talking. Unless she's got like a mutant boombox floating outside of the camera angle that's playing that song.
I'm pretty sure. Like, I just like how her name is technically Mitochondria Eve.
Well, Mitochondria Eve is part of the whatever the scientific name for the living mitochondria theory is.
Yep. Yeah. All I know is that, like, each, like, Parasite Eve game is basically almost a standalone game. You cannot compare them in any way.
Yeah. No. I mean, I do eventually want to do a New Game Plus true ending run that basically just starts the game and then it goes directly to the Chrysler building and fights True Eve, but that's a ways off.
Well, I mean, the easiest way to max out everything is to hit level 99, which is kind of the sad fact. The easiest way to max it is just to play the game and then the museum grind out to 99.
Yeah, but you don't. I don't think you get to keep your level in New Game Plus though. It's just your.
No, but that's how you get to the most bonus points.
You've got this super anticlimactic ending before here with this big spider that just comes out of nowhere. That was a really bad fight too, because I didn't get enough crits to kill it before it could get its web up.
So, did you ever hear about Dragon Dark's sadness of finding out what the world record for Friday the 13th was?
No.
He was practicing it for the marathon.
And he
was
beat
like,
the world
8
record,
minutes. I was doing really well, and he found out the world record's like 11 seconds behind the task.
Oh, okay.
Held by some guy, and like Dragon Dark's like, I don't believe this shit. And he tries, he's like, okay, it's believable. I reenacted day one. I'll get on this later.
Oh, did he find a video copy of that record, or
Someone linked it, and then he watched it. He was like, wow. Basically, it emulates the task, but in real time, and has a few screw ups, so it's beatable.
But I mean, is it just? I mean, it's all RNG hell, though, isn't it? As far as like getting Jason, finding Jason fast.
Not really.
I've never played the game.
RNG is deterministic. As long as he starts at the same house and does the same things, it's going to happen the way it's going to happen. It's not great RNG, but it is RNG in a way, but it's deterministic.
Mm-hmm.
So if you know what you're doing, you can manipulate the game pretty freaking hard. But that's...
Well, I mean, like, I know Nitrodon says that one single cycling cast-off in IOG is completely deterministic, but I don't know. I mean, if depending on what crystal patterns it uses, that might lock you out of getting
I think it's the
cycle.
crystal. I think it's crystal pattern for RNG, but outside of that, it basically comes down to your inputs.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, if you guess well enough, you can, before the crystal spawns, you can avoid it and just have it be that. But the crystal can't control you in a way.
Oh yeah. And if you got hit at all in the Inca ruins, then the crystal will kill you instantly. I mean, I had a fight while going once where I think I was on track to get my first single cycle kill, and then the crystal screwed me up. Now I just modded the first strike ability onto my machine gun, so I now have a chance of, well, like right there, starting a battle with a full ATB bar. So that takes a little bit of the randomness off the table.
Oh, Flicky trying to be clever. They talked about the Quest 64 100% record that got, set today. Are they talking about having a Quest 64 episode?
Ha ha ha.
Yeah.
That's pretty much the only, I could definitely see them doing a serious Quest 64 episode before they ever did any other RPG. Just because they like the people that run Quest 64. The weapon route I'm using is based on the tasks, primarily. For casual play, I definitely would if you're looking for a guide on weapons, I would read the weapon FAQ and game facts. So yeah, those bats are basically the second most annoying enemy in the game after the corpse men in the hospital. Because they can blind you. Oh, I lucked out and got a free instead of a pair of bats. Alright, now it's time to level up my gun in a major way. 'Cause now I don't have to deal with the randomness of the machine gun anymore. Oh, I don't have any medicine anymore. Oh, and I got a frog.
Kept not picking it up.
Okay, I'll take that. Now I'd like to have like 1 or 2 medicines going into the giant centipede. I'm getting really good luck with getting frogs instead of bats. Got under it, so I don't need to energy shot it. That fight's basically ATV lock, because if the bat shoots its sonar wave before you can get under it, it's basically impossible to avoid. And how about that area where I fought the bat being ripped straight out of where you fight Airbuster in FF7?
So you're planting a bomb at the Mako reactor, right?
So what was the TSSB game this week anyway? I mean, I checked...
Crash Bandicoot.
Because I checked before I started and they hadn't updated their page yet, so they lost out on getting tweeted.
Crash Bandicoot. Next week is apparently might be Zelda 2. Which, I don't think it's going to matter, because next week I think people are going to be paying attention to the...
Oh, they're still having well, I mean, it's not an official SDA event, so yeah. I wouldn't see them needing to cancel TSSB because of it.
I don't know, they might actually give us an RPG slot because of it. Yeah.
Oh, wait, what am I doing? I need to press some buttons first.
Buttons, buttons. Who's got the buttons?
What does this button do? Hello, Ghostbusters River of Slime sent off. Yeah, I mean, you may have noticed, if you gotta go through here before pressing the buttons, there's water and you can't get across.
And you don't have the option to ford the river.
Nope. Or to
I lost my oxen.
build a raft.
Totally lost my oxen.
Nice one, bro. So yeah, I'm now shooting machine gun powered shotgun shells. Not a mod I just made from the weapon. Kind of nasty boss coming up here.
Why don't I remember this part of the game?
No double shot. Sometimes, depending on the pattern that the centipede pieces follow when they switch places, you might be able to get. You might be able to hit them with the shotgun effect. Yes, that was a pretty good centipede fight.
No split for the centipede?
Kind of like FF9, this is a game where your mileage may vary with splits, just because there's a lot of randomness as far as how many battles you have to fight and how long they take, especially when you're using the machine gun. I mean, that's why if and when I do a serious single segment run of this, I'll change up my weapon progression a little bit so that I don't have, like, especially for the hospital, I don't have to use the machine gun quite as much. Yeah, random encounter counter would probably be a good idea for single segment attempts. and I have to fight the whack-a-mole again. Ooh.
They're almost done with the records.
Like an hour 15 in. How many pages were there?
7.
That's how many they had last week. That's generally all I watch, unless they're doing a game that I care about.
It's all I can watch. If I pay attention to the game, I learn the game, and that's something I can't do. Like, if I pay attention to a game enough, I learn how to run it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, while I might not be able to, like, I've watched Kara's, Kara playing Final Fantasy X so much that if I tried probably to play the game casually right now, I think I would probably end up abusing some speedrun tech. I'm not saying I'd probably know a lot and be able to use a lot, but I'd probably try and do shit and die a lot. Parasite Eve, I mean, I was working on it for a bit. Final Fantasy VII, I have speedrun tech all the way through the first disc. I mean, I did that much before I stepped out.
So this is kind of the one sequence break in the game, because you'd think you need to go follow Clomp into the west wing of the museum. No you don't, actually. And if you... Not doing that saves you a couple battles with dinosaurs in there, and you don't have to fight froggies in this room. That's one of the big reasons why my segmented run ended up being kind of as close as it was to the TAS, was because of this, because the TAS went into the west wing. Alright, let's see if I can AI loop this thing.
Wow, that scorpion, he wrecked your face.
Yeah, these scorpions are really nasty. That's the only one that I have to fight, although there's a couple other random chances to have to fight them. Need to make it through these fights, and then the medicine drops start really beginning in earnest again. Reload. Yeah. The scorpion didn't really phase her, but that huge, but those little tiny dinosaurs did. Unfortunately, this dungeon does kind of wear out its welcome, just because it's really long and every room basically has a battle. You gain levels like that here, though, because of that.
You have a junk in your inventory.
Well, that's because yeah, you have to get a junk when you examine the files in the top floor of the hospital. Just, I don't know why, but a junk gets added to your inventory when you do that. Oops, I need to try to leave to get the armored armadillos to spawn.
Anyway, done with CSSB. I got what I wanted out of it. So yeah, nothing really crazy from the record section, and Flicky still showed his ignorance on the RPGs. Nothing new. Like Fiesel, like I believe Fiesel's just is tired of RPGs, and I don't blame him.
Yeah, I remember him saying once in his stream that he used to be into RPGs like in the 90s or so, and just lost interest.
And then he speedran Sword and Serpents, and I really think I should just call him out on that bullshit now.
Yeah.
You speedran a knockoff D&D game that you don't count anymore.
Not just Parasite Eve, a potential new world record for Parasite Eve single segment.
I don't know, you could always game over to the T-Rex over and over again.
Yeah. That's why I said potential.
Yeah. So yeah, when you play T3B, remember, don't play it on hard first time. It's not worth it. I state this because the first boss literally took me 2 hours to beat.
Oh wow.
Because and the funny thing is I replayed it on normal afterwards with all of the hard gear, and the boss went down in like 2 seconds. The difficulty jumps are a bit much. We'll leave it at that.
So the whole point of going into that dead-end room to fight the armored armadillos is because otherwise there's a bunch of rocks in this room that block the way.
Yep, they like to block you and make you backtrack a lot. I remember that, like, the museum being is one of those tricky areas where there's a few little triggers you have to hit. Otherwise, you can't move around, and thus you end up, like, a lot of people end up fighting a lot in the museum. A lot of people remember the museum because they just spent the majority of their game in this area. Yay, you killed the stuff, and you got with more ammos than you spent. I don't know why all ammo is cumulative, why it takes the same ammo to fire a shotgun that it does to fire a handgun.
Yeah.
It does to...
Yeah, that is one thing that PE2 does differently, is actually having different types of ammo for different weapon types. Yeah, plus if you don't have a ridiculously broken gun like I do, these fights are going to take so much longer. So yeah, you spend like half the game in this museum as in the first playthrough typically.
Final, it depends. I mean, I enjoy T3B, but I would say I'm in the minority. I love T3B because I enjoy the game. I like what it does. Honestly, the first time I played through it, I disliked it because I didn't understand the mechanics it was trying to go through. Once you played the game, like, when you realize what it's actually supposed to do, it becomes a lot more fun and a lot easier to play. Because basically, like, the whole mechanic behind the game is overdrive, and if you don't overdrive, you fail. And I don't think a lot of people playing the game overdrive a lot. Like, that's the one thing I will say, is the game is, like, 100% abuse the shit out of overdrive, spam the shit out of it. You need it. It's good for you.
Yeah, this comes up every time I play this game. Just debates about.
Well, that's because when you play any game, all games in the series get talked about.
It's just like, yeah, favorite Final Fantasy chat. Of course, now I get the first strike when I'm far enough away.
Well, I mean, like, you have to understand, like, I want to play more T3B, but I've been keeping my PSP in my car, so I haven't been playing my PSP. Because I had all my, like, if I need on a road trip, I just, you know, whatever, PSP, something like that. So it's been sitting in my car, and I haven't played it in a while.
I'm in favor of reanimated fossils as long as they're reasonably far away from my current location.
Final Dragoon, why are you talking about... What game is this you're talking... I don't understand.
Yeah, following the Desurect rule for other M discussions.
Pretty much. I haven't even played the game, and the game infuriates me.
Well, I haven't played the game either, but the problem I have with it is that it makes people hate Adam.
Well, as you being an Adam, I see where this could be a problem.
Yep.
Well, it's more or less I hate Samus because they completely just ripped the character out of her.
Yeah.
Oh, hey. I once had a backbone and could kill shit and do stuff on my own, and then I gave it all away.
Well, isn't Other M a prequel, though?
Not really. It's somewhere in the timeline. All you need to know is she had all the power-ups, and she says, until you authorize them, I can use them. Just to prove I can follow orders. Because that's what everyone wants. Someone who follows orders to a stupid T. Oh, hey, I'm in a lava zone. Maybe I could turn off... No, you didn't authorize it. Not gonna do it.
Alright, next room I may have to fight a scorpion. Although it's easier than the first one because the room is so much larger.
It's just one of those things. Whereas, like, the third birthday, part of the problem I think a lot of people hate about the game is the game in itself of its nature is cyclic. You'll see when you play it, Flux, what I mean exactly by it being completely cyclic, but... So... I mean, the whole idea is there's a lot of stuff about the game that might hurt people, but it's... I enjoy it. I'm not gonna say... I agree the controls could be a little bit better, just because, well, it's a third-person shooter on a PSP.
Well, that's just difficult to do, to succeed at, period. Designing a game like that.
I mean, I won't say if it had another stick, it would be, like, way better. Because that's a simple truth. But, like, quite frankly, the game's fine. I enjoy it. You don't exactly... You're either moving or you're shooting in the game, because you're shooting behind cover. If you aren't shooting from behind cover, you're probably being suicidal. I'm just saying that because it is the 100% truth.
Yep. That's how you break this game, is by modding the shotgun burst effect onto a machine gun, because not only does it let you control targeting and do area effect damage, but it also overwrites the random ability, which I guess I already said, because I said you can control your targeting. That's why.
Unfortunately, you don't get the 1.5 times bullet still.
Yeah. Which is why the task does a more complicated weapon progression for day 5 to get back onto random, so that it gets extra shots at the bosses.
But then again, the task kind of controls the random, so it's kind of bullshit. How do you know it was going to work this way? I just did. Yay, you got PE Revive. But I mean, if like, I have no problem grabbing my PSP and then pulling out my USB cable and being like, yeah, here's T3B and here's T3B, you know, being destroyed on a fun level. I mean, part of the game is literally being brutally hard. I mean, I think I'm playing through on the difficulty above hard, and the game basically just gets to being hard again because of, well, the game gives you what you need to beat a difficulty in the middle of a difficulty, and thus, unless you have like a whole bunch of points stored up, you're not going to have it at the correct level to be used correctly. And then part of it's building up your PE board and making it worthwhile. Because quite literally, you need overdrive ammo creation, where every time you like overdrive into someone, you have a chance of generating ammo for free. Because a lot of the guns, literally, like the really good guns, have a little, they're okay on ammo, but it ends up being tight in the higher difficulties. So being able to switch into someone and doing that, and then having everyone live is another hard thing to do. So that means not having anyone die, which, it's a Parasite Eve game. Everyone's meant to die. Let's look at this game and all the cannon fodder.
Exclamation points.
Oh, is this the T-Rex finally showing up?
Yep. Yeah, when I was in Chicago with Rom and Sam, we went to the Field Museum, which has a T-Rex skeleton called Sue in the kind of the main lobby area, and you can probably guess what I thought of as soon as I saw it.
You said the second I see slime, I'm booking out of here?
Yep.
Someone like spills orange soda and you're like diving out of the museum.
Well,
I could just totally see you doing that. Like someone drops like a thing of orange soda, you look down the ground, and you're like, "Whoa, I'm out of here!"
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to think if Rexy would work if it's a girl T-Rex, or well, maybe if you spelled it I-E. Hey, no random battle there.
I knew a female who used to have an online handle of Rexy, R-E-X-Y. So. So I don't know, I mean, I'm not exactly a good judge.
Alright, so the clomp split will be after this cutscene.
Oh hey, it's Maida, and he's being suicidal again.
In fact, I think I might go down. Well, I'm trying to think, because if I go downstairs to save, is that if I die to the T-Rex or something, I want to just watch this cutscene again. I'm wondering if that'll give me a chance to having to fight that scorpion again, or if this room gets changed after you turn off the security system. I don't think I've ever had a refight in the outside the Clomp's office after turning off the security system.
Just shoot him now. Seriously. He's helping Eve litter him with bullets. It's okay, he'll be revived anyway.
Because even though I do have a crap load of medicine 4s, the bosses here hit pretty hard, or they can, depending on the RNG. So I have died a few times just because of taking a really big hit when I'm at about like 40% health or so.
lamp's not gonna talk. He's gonna set himself on fire. That's right, I'm trying to get a monster pregnant.
Yeah, that's part of the whole mitochondria Eve theory, basically. I mean, just minor spoiler, the idea behind all this is that Eve can control mitochondria, which are the components of cells that generate energy, and by basically turning on all the mitochondria in someone's body to max...
They basically unleash so much energy it causes spontaneous combustion.
Yep.
Or causes them to melt into a liquid. We are actually nearing the end of this place finally, though, by the way. Yep. Well, tomorrow I'll hopefully get this stupid letter and then I can figure out what's gonna happen. I'm just really pissed off that, like, things kind of took as long as they did. Oh, hey, he charged you for 130.
Try hard. Nice.
At least you know it's close to death.
Yeah, that gets a lot wilder. Since its head armor goes away. Like it does a lot more consecutive charges.
I like how there's basically like two or three bosses in the museum.
No rear drop for me, because that can the rear drop from that fight is an offense +2, which I actually got in my segment again. Not that, I mean, I wasn't going to reset over not getting it.
I just killed you. How are you still alive?
I think you get quietly healed after that, too. That is a roar. And yeah, that T-Rex is packing heat.
I don't remember the T-Rex being that scary. He's just
Well, yeah, I mean,
long.
as long as you can get behind him before he does fire, he's pretty not really that scary. But that fire really, really, really hurts if it hits you. At least with the armor I have. Plus, it can combo you to death. And it can shoot meteors to like any self-respecting T-Rex.
It's a square game. Meteors are always involved. Yeah, that was a pretty good fight. Yeah, it looked pretty decent. Only had one flame incident.
Yep. Alright, time to break the game even more. Because now I can have double the turns, double the fun, basically.
So now basic, your ATB is practically always full.
I hate how picky the switch for this stupid elevator is, too. Yeah, even though that was the boss for Day 5, there are a lot of cutscenes coming up after this, which is why that end of Day 5 split is so far away. Oh, actually, you know what? No, wait, it's Eve 4 is technically part of Day 5. Should have had diet soda instead of fully leaded.
Not a big fan of diet soda. Then again, like, part of that has to do with some of the feelings of aspartame. Of course, Eve would go.
All right, now back to where we were before I was so rudely interrupted by that Triceratops ramming me off of a balcony and me walking away without a scratch.
So remember, kids, if you're going to be an evil being who's going to give birth to the ultimate being, no one ever visits museums, so give birth there. See, the T-Rex even agrees with me.
Uh-huh. 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 All right. Now we got. I don't know if this is longer than the block of cutscenes at the start of day 2, but it's a little more exciting at least.
I like how Eve has to have like 11 billion breastises that don't have nipples. I also love how she's like blown up like a balloon.
Yeah, there are so many there's so many cutscenes in this game that feature Aya pointing her gun at something and then staring at it for like way too long.
Honestly, in T3B, there's not a lot of that. Because anytime she points her gun at something, it's literally shooting at you. So you're like, oh shit, this isn't a cutscene. Why would you give that thing sperm? It's still beyond me. I'm gonna distract you from stopping my birth by spawning something crazy.
Yes, the orange soda is back for revenge after being mistreated a few minutes ago. That was the Jurassic Park send-off, by the way, too, with the thump, thump, thump sounds.
I love how fast they must be driving for the world to really be whipping by that fast.
And how about how wide that street is too?
Practically not wide enough even for that car.
Yep.
I think that's fairly standard in New York.
Well, yeah, I could maybe see this game making the cut for Summer Games Done Quick or some other smaller marathon, but I really doubt it could make an AGDQ. It's got a cult following, but it's certainly not up there with like Final Fantasy, Chrono Trigger, those types of RPGs, even like Kingdom Hearts.
So, in essence, to try and get Raincat to stop crapping on the couch. I don't know if you know about the situation where he's been crapping on the couch. I put a litter box
I do
on a
know.
couch. So there's literally a litter box on the couch, and he's actually using that litter box. It's hilarious. So, yeah.
Yeah, I still need to actually finish PE2 again. I mean, I've only beaten it once, and that was around when it came out.
I haven't even beaten it yet. I got through the intro, and they took away all my awesome stuff, and I said, screw this shit. The only reason I mentioned this is Raincat's now back on my lap. That jaunt.
Yeah, there were several cutscenes that I really got tired of watching over and over again during my segmented run, but this was not one of them just because if I got this far, I'm gold, since there's a save before Reeve 4.
Chaos EX round save is basically the final save after the game's complete. It's EX rounds what they call any NG plus.
Yeah, that's what's
So,
used for SDA timing for this game is your EX round save, because that's basically what the game timer is after the credits. Sploosh. Even bigger sploosh. I think this is probably one of the most iconic images from this game is the Statue of Liberty covered in slime. Yeah, maybe we'll maybe we'll cover like the White House and orange soda next or something. Or Big Ben, maybe, if we want to branch out. I'm not overly worried about Eve 4, but just in case. That is a lot of cutscenes and boss battles. You're looking very meatball-y today, Eve. Why do you need to have hands as part of your hair, too? I think I did that a little early. Ah, I just barely missed it. Alright, first form down. It's too bad you don't get to hear the full loop of this theme, which is it's really nice. It's called Femme Fatale. Because Eve is a femme fatale after all.
Exactly. It'll liberate so hard all over your face.
Yep, this is the ultimate. Well, I mean, your spells in this game are called Parasite, Energy Powers, and PE, and PE Liberate does that. That's your ultimate attack. Your PE energy bar has to be full to use it, but yeah, it wrecks everything in the game. So let's see. Well, this will be probably a little. Well, I'll save a bit of time here actually, because there isn't that much cutscene after Eve 4.
Yeah, you kill Eve, but the ultimate being still gets.
Yeah, that I mean that look she gives Aya as she melts is just ugh.
Rain cat flying through the sky, glaring at me because I picked him up. Okay,
Oops.
like it's weird. The only person Rain Cat allows to pick him up is myself.
Yeah, there isn't a P ability that boosts your attack power in this game, but yeah, like Yast said, instead of just being a an attack ability, energy shot just boosts your regular shots in P too. Yeah, this game definitely deserves an M rating, that's for sure.
It'd have an A rating if it had nipples.
Yeah. Hey, Relentless Roxas.
Hmm. What's up, Cat? Hmm?
Oh, awesome. Yeah, I'll be doing this game and Illusion of Gaia for the Speedrun Spooktacular next weekend.
When was the last time you played IOG?
I did, well, full run, like about 6 weeks probably, but I practiced some of I practiced the vampires and the pyramid last night, and yeah, I need to practice more if I want to have a reasonable chance of having it be deathless. If you mean this or IOG? If you mean this, I mean, there is no 100% definition. And IOG will be 100. Yeah, will be 100% just because that's the only run type I currently know. But actually fighting solid arm will probably be a donation incentive again. Aw, isn't he or she cute? I'm guessing ultimate beings probably transcend gender.
I like how you can just blow up a plane.
He's also a Harry Potter monster baby too, because of having that scar mark on its forehead that it has in all of its forms. Alright, later Roxas, thanks for stopping by. Okay, good. Quick kill. Yeah, the final boss is a baby, although not anymore.
He only has 4 forms. 5 if you want to get technical.
With the nastier attack. I didn't get to kill the wings this time because it didn't do the easier to avoid attack before separating that lets me get a lot more damage in before that.
Dodging that attack while not being under him, nearly impossible.
That about sums it up. Not quite.
It's gotta do a little bit, and then the gun shows up.
No, these cutscenes aren't skippable. I mean, I'd have a hard. Rain, can you think of any PlayStation 1 games that have skippable cutscenes?
Without me digging, probably not.
Oh, you know what? PE2. Yeah, PE2 has skippable cutscenes.
Thank God he landed in the water.
Just for safety. Must be a little bit of time there. I think my phase 2 was a little bit slower than last time because of just worse luck on what it did. Well, 7 minutes came partially from not dying to the worms, and then just other places too where I either did a better job or got better luck.
Welcome to phase 5, the I hate you phase. You were totally paying attention to the map of this boat, right?
Yep.
Because, like, you can only get so far away from that thing before it catches up, which is, like, the worst thing ever.
Yeah. Well, it's game over if it touches you. And I'm hesitating before going through after coming out of doors, just to make darn sure I know where I'm going. Because if I accidentally go back through the door I came, that's it. It's right there waiting for me.
Honestly, the question marks are over the milliseconds because they ultimately don't matter.
Yeah, I have a feeling it'll go away after I reboot my computer. So, my friends, assuming my disk doesn't glitch out again or something like that, you are about to see a new Parasite Eve single segment world record. Yeah, yeah, if you haven't seen this game before, you need to stick around through the credits, too, because it's got just one of the oddest hybrid credit songs of all time, because it starts off with J.S. Bach being played by a music box, then it goes into J-pop, and then it goes into a jungle beat. I saved time by not dying at all. I had one death in my previous record. A little better luck in a few places and some cleaner execution, just because I've been playing this game. I think this is my third run in the past month or so, so I'm definitely getting back into the swing of this game. But even though the final boss is dead, it did send backup in the form of dialogue boxes I have to mash through. This failure to do so adds time to my EX round save. Thank you, Eluna, too. So yeah, like I've said a couple times now, make sure to tune in to Rom Scout's channel starting next Friday for the Halloween Speedrun Spooktacular. I'm going to be playing this game and Illusion of Gaia, and there's a lot of other really good games going. Oh hey Rom. I'm getting a new record actually. This run was deathless. So yeah, Rom Scout's going to be doing some Castlevania games. I think Symphony of the Night, Aria of Sorrow, Dawn of Sorrow, and I'm trying to think of who else that's around is playing. Robo Sparkle is going to play one of the Arkham games, I think Arkham City. Oh, that's Dragon Dark and Mapler now, okay. Karakard is doing the horrifying English version of Final Fantasy X-2. Yeah, there's
doing CV1, 3, 4, Haunted Castle. Seawolf's got CV2 on that one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is the normal ending. There's also a true ending that you have to play EX round, which is basically a New Game Plus in order to see. I highly recommend that too, even though it's a really big pain in the butt to do the optional dungeon in the EX round, the Chrysler building, because the true final boss is pretty cool, and the true ending really ties together the story really nicely too.
I think if I was Aya and I was watching this thing, I'd have a gun in my pocket, in my hand right here. The second someone bursts out in flames, just bullet in the head of the singer. Just done. Don't need many more of that shit.
Yeah,
just
ETAP was taken. Just put in the link to the schedule. So yeah, just note that the times in that are all on U.S. Eastern Time, which is GMT -4.
You will not be seeing any Binding of Isaac or Sweet Home action thanks to me having to move.
Ooh. Just get an RV or something with some kind of mobile broadband.
Well, even that, I don't know what my situation will be, because, like, the problem is they're giving me moving assistance, which I actually really do need, but I don't know what I'm getting out of it and what value or anything else like that. So... And I don't find out until tomorrow, and then... who knows?
Alright, I think that's it. Yeah, these 2 boxes here I think are it. 3. Yeah, 3.
I was getting ready to shoot a bitch, and we don't need to.
Are you serious, Tresilian, that you're actually surprised that Rom Scout didn't allow Idolmaster into the marathon? I hope you're being sarcastic.
This is just one of those haha endings.
Yep. P4. Yeah, and what a quality P4 run that would have been, too, given the play-by-play updates Sam was giving us the other night.
Well, it's more or less, I think it's supposed to be just giving up, like letting everyone know that the mitochondria for everyone is forever changed.
Mhm. So yeah, like I said, yeah, pay attention to the music for this for the credits because it is pretty unique to say the least.
So, Rom Scout, just because I'm curious, what the hell would you even have like donation war between for Binding of Isaac and Sweet Home for if I did manage to do it? Like you said, you had. I don't understand what you'd like try to say, whatever. Because I doubt even then there's too much stuff on the list that I doubt like Sweet Home would overtake anything.
And yeah, SDA timing for this is by the in-game timer because it's I mean it's slower than real time, but it's accurate enough. So the timing is based on my EX round save, which is after the credits. EX round is New Game Plus, basically.
Well, what was empty ice slots? Because depending on like if it's Saturday, I can make it work. I can probably make Saturday work somehow. I can't. My problem is I will most likely not be able to do Sunday until I know stuff. Like Saturday morning, 8 to 9. Well, I can probably do that. But like, I'm just letting you know. Like Sunday right now is off. Saturday I can make work because I can just be here with my computer, and then once I'm done, zip back over to Gainesville if I have a place. If not, finish packing up. But like Sunday I can't do because I need to be either moving shit or being set up, and unless like I have an apartment. But if I find out how the moving assistance works, I will be happy. Whoex will fight the real final boss. That is not today.
Yeah, someday I'll do an EX round run where I fight True Eve, but that's a ways off. That'll be a pretty short run too, because I mean, with the right prep, you basically just start the game, play day one with a weapon that lets you kill everything in one shot, then go straight to the top floor of the Chrysler building and fight True Eve. And once again, we get to see the credit to Sir VG being a CGI artist for this game.
Pretty sure they got him for the model of Meta. I just did not go here.
That is a very uncanny resemblance, actually. Oh, I never said it was bad, I just said it was an odd mix. Got some mellow J-pop, basically.
Well, I can't hear the music. I always hate games that have timing ending after the credits.
Yeah.
I will never understand Japanese timings at time at the end of the credits either.
Yeah. Well, it's not consistent though, because like their Mega Man runs on that wiki, it's basically the same timing as the SDA.
Well, it's like, my sweet home run. Technically, the wiki timer, it says you're not supposed to skip the intro, but the two top records do.
Hmm.
Mine and the other guys. And thus, we're not legitimate, even though we trash their time by like more than half an hour.
I haven't actually timed how long these credits are. And I kind of like having the suspense build a little bit too, of what the new record is going to be. Because I mean, if I wasn't going to be getting a new record, I wouldn't bother watching the credits. Music by Yoko Shimomura. This was far from her. I mean, she didn't really get to be known until Kingdom Hearts, but this is far from her first game. I mean, she was involved with game soundtracks all the way back to like Super Mario RPG. Yeah, the IOG is the same. I mean, the credits are so long. I mean, if I die a few times because I have a bad run, we could just end it after the final boss. And now we transition into just ambient jungle noises. Alright, 3:20:38, so about 7.5 minute improvement. World record! Yay!
5 seconds below 2.